Hello, and welcome to Look What You Made Me Read, the podcast all about books and making your best friend read the books that you want to read. I'm Val, your co-host, joined by my bestie Kat.
That's me.
That's you. And this week we're doing something different. Like we don't normally record these, so
Yeah.
this is our first one. We thought we would switch it up a little bit. Forgive us if this is a little messy. I mean, the podcast is a little messy anyway, but it could get
Yeah,
more
that's kind of
messy.
my brand.
Yeah, it's on brand for us.
Yeah.
This week we're in a new month. We're in our authors we love themed month.
Yes.
3 episodes long, which is fun. And my pick was better, not better the devil. I just got distracted by the actual what's it called saying the devil by Erik J Brown. Which, funnily enough, if you listen to the last episode, I was like, I think it's like haunted house vibes. It's not that. It's
I
just
know,
very
right?
different. I
I
don't know where
think
I
I
got
thought
that
the
from.
same thing. I think it's just the cover. The cover's like an
Yeah,
ominous house, and you're just like
exactly.
assuming. Yeah, I thought the exact same thing, and I was like, oh, this is a completely different vibe than I was
Yeah,
expecting.
yeah,
Like
same.
straight from the beginning.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into that. We're gonna do our review later on. Before we do that, as per, Kat, have you been? What you been reading? What you been
I've
doing?
been good. Going out to dinner a lot, which is
Yeah,
awesome.
that's great.
Uh, and reading a few books. I read a couple nonfiction books, which is
Wow. Who are you?
yeah, I know, right? I'm like bettering myself.
Ew.
Crazy. I know.
Ew.
It's like disgusting. But I think it's well, I've been watching a lot of the podcast Just a Bit Fruity with Matt Goldstein, who
Hmm.
does like social political commentary. And he has some really good like guests on his podcasts. And there was one episode that was on Ozempic and that he had Aubrey Gordon on, who's has written at least one book that I know of, which I was reading,
Yep.
um, which I think was a very interesting, called "You Just Need to Lose Weight," and 19 other myths about fat people. And I think I think like my algorithm was just getting super like nutrition workouty kind of vibe,
Hmm.
and it was just getting like really quite toxic. And I
Yeah.
was like, I need to like first of all step away from that, but also to like kind of like check my own thoughts and like I could just feel like so much of the toxic stuff being talked about online like seeping into my brain, and I was like, I need like to refresh my brain because this is like
Yeah.
I'm not liking it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was it was an interesting book. I liked it a lot. But as well, on my Instagram, I'm also getting some fun book talk stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know how book talk discourse is always fun.
It's so fun. It's the
It's
funnest.
so fun. Yeah, especially when it moves away from Instagram into threads. That's when it gets real
Mm,
interesting.
okay.
And I don't know if you've seen this one about someone who posted a threads saying authors need to stop posting big word or needs to stop using big words in their books, and because like they didn't understand the words or whatever, and then someone else added on to it being like, for the people who are saying like they're wrong, you're ableist.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Using big words in books is ableist now. Wow. Oh boy.
Wow.
Interesting takes.
Did they have like examples or it was
There,
just
I don't think there was an example,
okay.
or yeah, yeah, I don't recall there being an actual example. But I was just like, for me, that's just crazy. I'm like, doesn't that just like when you read a book and you don't understand a word, you just like look it
Look it
up,
up. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like if you're able to read a book, you're able to look up the word,
Yeah. There's
and
so many words
and
I
then
don't know in
yeah,
books, and I just look it up, or I'm like, yeah, and I move on.
yeah, yeah, and I also think like half the time I can glean the definition or the
Exactly.
more or
Context.
less the definition based off context exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just like, and you know, this is coming from me who I love an easy book, you know. I love a simple book.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite books are very like kind of simply written, and nothing wrong with that. But to like say that like to use big words as ableist is crazy. I'm like,
Yeah. I don't
how do
understand that.
we? Yeah, like don't you want like part of reading is learning, you know?
Yeah, for
So I
sure.
don't know. Crazy world we live in, I guess. But also, you know, I'm sure a lot of the time it's just people on Instagram wanting to rage bait or threads.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
then yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe one of them was being real and the other person was rage baiting or something. Um,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've not seen that one. That one hadn't made it to my algorithm,
yeah,
but that is wild.
yeah. I mean, like obviously I'm able-bodied, but I'm just like, well, not
Mm.
obviously, but I am able-bodied. But um, so you know, I'm always like, is it? But I really don't think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you have to like check yourself and be like,
Yeah, because you're like, well, I'm not part of that, but
yeah,
so like maybe I don't know, but I'm just like, I don't think that's one of them.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one's, I can't get on board with that one.
Yeah. Um, on different book talk
Yeah, tell me.
drama, there's a girl who tried or applied to copyright the term hot girls read.
Oh.
Yeah, so she tried to copyright that, and everyone was like, you didn't invent that phrase." And everyone's got upset. Classic, you know, classic
Yeah,
internet.
yeah.
And then she was like, "I'm so sorry, guys, that I did this, and I retracted my my claim to it." And I thought it was interesting though that the first comment was like, "You should have just kept it because now someone like greedier is now gonna
Yeah,
copyright it and
exactly.
do the same thing." And I was like, "Yeah, kind of fair point. Once you start it, it kind of is a snowball out of your hands." But
Yeah.
what I thought was funny is that so my algorithm is partly that, and I do have some like workout stuff algorithm, like I mentioned earlier, is that there's also drama because a different girl in the kind of fitness space uh copyrighted a hot girl walk. And this one is funnier. I know it's not book related, but this is a funnier situation in my opinion. um because she's sticking down, she's sticking to this. She's like, she copyrighted it. Everyone's like, bitch, you didn't invent hot girl walk.
Yeah.
And she's like, actually I think I did. And
What?
well and she's like she's using her copyright. She is like taking down Spotify playlists that are called like hot girl run.
Stop.
Yeah, she is using her copyright, like she uh doing some cease and desist or whatever. And so what she said when there was all this backlash, she posted a video and she was like, um what did she say? Oh yeah, she was like, so back in 2020 when COVID was happening and like no one was walking, you know, it was just something your parents made you do after dinner as like an activity, a family activity or whatever. And like there was such a stigma to walking. And I was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall a stigma for fucking
Stigma.
walking ever. Um Crazy. And
What?
she was like, yeah, so I started that on my Instagram during COVID. And I'm like, no.
I
And people
can't.
already have like instances of people using it before
Oh
pre-COVID
yeah,
and
of
like,
course.
which of course, and people were walking to like for fitness far far longer than that, and it's so. To me, the funniest part is her calling going out for a walk.
There's a
There
stigma.
was a stigma. There was stigma attached to going out for a walk
Yeah,
for
that's
fitness,
so
and I'm
funny.
like, was there?
And what, she like
Tell,
revolutionized walking again or
yeah.
something.
I'm like, tell that to my mom who's been walking for years and years and years. Like,
Oh, that's really funny.
yeah, that one was just really funny. I appreciate when one of these internet people like really they keep going with
Yeah, they
their
double
dumb
down.
shit. They
Yeah.
double down because it's so entertaining. Their the mentality.
Oh, it's so funny. It's giving me like, I don't know if you remember this. This is like a throwback, but do you remember like the Fine brothers or whatever they were called? And they tried,
Yes, the
they,
react.
yeah, they tried to like copyright react, just that
Yeah.
word,
Oh my god, that was
and it
so
just
funny.
blew up in their face.
Yeah, because they would be able to like copyright strike down anyone who was doing any kind of react
Yeah,
video,
crazy.
which of course was a thing before they existed.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
yeah, that was crazy, and that was the beginning of the downfall of that channel. Like, it was popping off
100%.
until that moment, and then it literally started dying after
Yeah,
that because
where are they
people got
now?
so annoyed. Exactly. I mean, all the kids that they were exploiting for their videos grew up, so they were out
True.
of content too, because it's not like they were doing any kind of reacting. They were
Exactly.
using other people to react. Like,
Exactly.
it's so funny. Yeah, to not only like sure their videos were really popular, but they weren't popular because of them, you know?
No, exactly. They just like facilitated.
Yeah, they're exactly, which is a important kind of
Yeah.
part, but it's just kind of funny to that that was their downfall.
Yeah.
They're like Icarus, you know, flew too close to the sun.
I'm trying to think if there was like a ridiculous word to copyright or phrase
I mean, there's
that.
always been some crazy ones that people like. Oh yeah, Kylie Jenner wanted to like copyright her name Kylie, but Kylie Minogue was like, "Bitch, you can't do that. I've been
Yeah.
around here way
I was
longer than
here
you."
way before you.
Yeah.
Also,
So
I feel like if you just say Kylie, I mean, I automatically think Kylie Minogue. I don't know if that's because,
it's definitely the British,
yeah,
European you that
yeah,
because like Kylie Minogue is not big here like at all.
fair.
Like you know her song but that
Yeah,
came out a couple years ago. Like I know it because I get a lot of queer algorithm.
of course.
But like no one I know knows that song.
Really?
No one I know has like or like who's not queer
That is
has knows that
crazy
song.
to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not big at all here.
Wow.
Unless you're queer.
Unless you're
Then you
queer.
knew it.
Yeah,
Unless you're
yeah.
queer. That's the exception to the rule.
To be fair, maybe that's just the case here as well, and I just don't realize.
That's a good
But
point, but it's probably still bigger because I know,
yeah,
like, because the only song that people know of Kylie Minogue is like la la la
yeah.
la la. That one. Forget the title.
I just can't get you out of my head.
There we go. That's like the only song anyone ever knows here. Like no other song. And to be fair, I don't really know that many other than Padam for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, off the top of my head, I've forgotten all of her songs, but
Yeah.
that one now that you've said
Yeah.
it.
But I also feel like because as a teenager I was like so entrenched in like British culture, watching so many British
Mm-hmm.
shows and the like the not game shows but the like panel shows or whatever that you
Yeah,
guys have so many
yeah.
of, like I would watch them all the time. So I feel like I also have a bit of extra knowledge because of that.
It's also quite funny that like she is such a huge part of British culture when she's not even British.
I know she's Australian. So yeah, that's all I got for what's been going or what I've been witnessing online.
Yeah, I wish I had more. Like I've not really been reading. I kind of did my
I mean,
bookshelf a bit, which is fun. So
cute.
I've got all my Cat Sebastian and KJ Charles. I didn't realize how much physical Cat Sebastian I had, and I kept finding more and more.
Oh,
But that's really fun. Two of them I've not read. Um, But I put all of my ones that I like at the top because they're the visible ones. So
Yeah. Is there Erik J Brown there?
yeah, he's at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of
Speaking
segue,
of.
can we segue? Do you have anything?
No, we're
Okay.
good. To be fair, it's only been a week since our last recording, so it's like
I know,
we
yeah.
haven't had as much time to do things.
Yeah, which I'm glad you told me because if you didn't tell me that it was this weekend, I would not have read the book in time.
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
I had a feeling. I was like, our schedule's so off right now.
it's all over the place.
I need to talk to her.
Okay. Erik J Brown, Better the Devil. So
Spoilers ahead, guys.
huge spoilers ahead
Yeah.
for this one. So if you haven't read it, go read it and then come back and listen. Synopsis time. Let me find it. Okay. So the book begins with a teen recounting the series of events that led him to becoming a homeless runaway. His best friend outed him to his hyper-religious parents, who then attempted to send him to conversion therapy camp. Unfortunately, he gets caught shoplifting after not having eaten for days. While in the police station, afraid of getting sent back to his parents, he sees an aged-up poster of a missing child called Nate Beaumont, who looks surprisingly like him, who's been missing for 10 years. In a desperate move, he tells the police he's Nate, hoping it will allow him a quick getaway. However, when the Beaumonts take him in, he finds them to be the opposite of his parents and is reluctant to leave, and bonds in particular with Nate's mother, grandmother, and brother Easton. Things start to not quite be as they seem. Immediately after meeting Nate's next-door neighbor and childhood friend Miles, Miles knows Nate is Miles Nate. Oh my God, Miles knows Nate is faking and blackmails him to get information for his true crime podcast. There seems to be strong suspicion that someone killed Nate, with a lot of rumors pointing to his parents. It becomes clear that someone else knows Nate is faking because he starts getting threats and framed for things he didn't do, like vandalism. It's eventually uncovered that Easton is a psychopath who killed Nate, so he always knew he was faking. He also kills the private investigator, Nate's dad, and tries to kill his mum and Miles too, but they manage to overpower him. Nate's mother kills Easton and admits she always knew Nate wasn't who he said he was. They decide they both love each other enough to keep up the lie. That's it. That's the synopsis. Thank you.
First time on camera.
First time on camera. It's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
How did you find the book?
I liked the book. I thought it was fun. I was like immediately into it when it started. I really liked the premise. Like, so like the beginning, I'm like, okay, where's this going? And then when he finds the missing poster, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. Because we talked about how we're like, we didn't know what it was going into it, but
Yeah.
and so like it wasn't what I was expecting, but I was like, actually I really like this idea. So I was really enjoying it for the most part. One thing is like the entire book I was convinced he was actually Nate. Like I was convinced. I had convinced myself thoroughly that
Wow.
I was like, he is actually Nate. He's just like repressed, like his ultra conservative religious parents had like kidnapped him because they couldn't have children or whatever, but like they didn't end up liking the kid they stole, so that's why they treat him like shit or whatever. And so there was moments where I was like, okay, maybe that doesn't make any sense anymore, but I'm like, oh, maybe it's coping, or it just like I was still so convinced for the longest time. And even when it was like basically debunked, when like Easton like confesses to the murder, I was like, but he's a sociopath, he could be lying.
Yeah.
Or a psychopath or whatever he is. He could still be lying to like mess with Nate,
Yeah.
Or he could have thought he had killed him and like put him somewhere, and the religious people found him on the side of the road or something and grabbed him, kind of thing. Like, yeah. I was still convinced. I was going.
I love that.
It wasn't until, and even then, it wasn't until Nate and Miles find the body of OG Nate that I was like, maybe not. And once again, I was still going, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Like, maybe it's someone else's remains. I was so convinced until
Okay,
like until literally the epilogue.
but do you know what I think that is? I think that is the fact that Eric J. Brown has like set up such good books previously for us because I also had like I didn't think like, oh, he was Nate the whole time, but I was expecting like another twist or like something
Yeah,
bigger than it
yeah.
was. And I think that's just because of like the
Our
history that we
expectations.
have
Yeah,
and our expectations with his books.
yeah.
Because I wasn't like, when it turned out to be Eastern, I wasn't like, oh my
Blown
God.
away.
And then I was still
Yeah,
kind of like waiting for like one more thing and it never
a hundred
really
percent.
came.
Especially because the Easton reveal feels a little early
Yeah,
in terms of
exactly.
a reveal for it to be the final reveal kind of thing. But
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
also think the beginning was pretty set up for him to be Nate. Like there was little clues that could have made sense. Like when Easton comes into the hospital room at first, and he's like very like oh my god, I had the word for a second and then left. Skeptical. He was very skeptical
Mm,
of this Nate, and so but like Nate was like, oh, he just kind of like thought of the right way to approach him, and he was like, it just kind of came to me, and to me I was like, oh, that's his instinct because he's actually is Nate kind of thing.
yeah.
But I guess that wasn't what that was. uh, so there was like moments like that, and like similarities of like he really loved his grandmother before she died,
Yes.
and the grandmother, and I was like, what if that was the same grandmother, but
Mm,
like he had like internalized in his head that she had died, but it was just that he was kidnapped kind of thing, or
yeah.
something like that. And because, you know, like, and I was thinking this, and this is hard because I'm in my 30s, I'm not 16. So like the idea of me having like any memories of when I was 6 feels like crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
how would you have like any memories when you're 6, right?
Yeah.
But I guess if you're 16, it's closer. So maybe you do have memories of when you're 6. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I couldn't tell you.
My memory is fucking gone. So I was kind of struggling because I was like, it makes sense to me that he could be Nate because like how
Mm,
many memories would you have of that early age, you know?
yeah.
And like they kept asking him, like, because, you know, it's like, yes, he's lying to this family pretending to be Nate, and they keep asking him like, oh, do you remember this dining room? Oh, do you remember you used to do this? Or do you remember he was your best friend? And I was like, even a normal person might forget all that if it's been 10
Exactly.
years, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So like tried to like pull his memory. I was like, I feel like that's not even suspicious.
yeah.
I feel like that's just normal. But
Yeah.
um the other sorry, so the I got really just sidetracked
No, it's
talking about
your
my theory
theory.
and how I convinced myself like so hard that that was accurate. It was not. So I think like I was a little disappointed by the ending because of that.
Mm,
But another thing that didn't super work for me in this book is I had like no attachment to the romance in this book, which I was a little surprised by.
same.
Um, yeah, like in Eric J. Brown books, like I'm used to being like
I
into
know.
it,
Yeah.
like
Like
shipping
blown
it
away.
hard,
Yeah.
blown away. And I don't know, and maybe this is gonna be harsh, but I know you're gonna agree with me. I feel like because we both listened to the audiobook, and I think the narrator did not help
I agree.
Miles. I don't know, something about, especially when he was doing like when he was narrating Miles's lines, which I feel like were like really whiny sounding.
Yeah.
And it just kind of irritated me a little bit, and it
Yeah.
kind of made me irritated at Miles at times. And I think it's a lot of intonation um, in the way it was narrated. So I
Yeah.
wasn't a fan of the audiobook. I wish we'd had scheduled this better or
I
something
know.
so I had time to
I
get
thought the
the
same
ebook from
thing.
the library.
Yeah.
But I didn't, so I had to end up doing the audiobook. Maybe in a few months I'd want to revisit this book with like the ebook.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so the romance didn't quite work for me. I
No,
just didn't feel it.
I agree with you. I don't that it just wasn't, yeah, it wasn't doing it for me. Like, and again,
Yeah.
like you said, like all of J. Brown's books, the romance has been like wowza. And like, okay, fair enough. Maybe this book wasn't meant to be as romance leaning
Yeah,
as his other
focused.
books. Fair enough. But you still think there would be like a bit more of a pull, but you could be right about because I had the exact same thought about the audiobook as well. Like I wasn't really enjoying the experience, so I think maybe that's kind of why I wasn't into it as much. But
Yeah.
yeah, I completely agree.
Like, yeah, I think possibly the narrator didn't bother me quite as much as you, just based off how we've talked previously about it. But because
Hmm.
like I did really like Nate as a character. Like I really enjoyed Nate. So I still enjoyed the ride of this book, and I was still curious, but like throughout the book, and I kept wanting to read it. Like I was into the story,
Yeah,
and it kept me intrigued. I feel like just yeah, the romance let me down, and the ending was just not as satisfying as I was hoping for it
hmm,
to be. Like considering the journey was quite fun,
yeah,
that I was hoping for maybe a bit more pizzazz to the ending, if that's
yeah,
the right word.
yeah. Pizzazz, yeah.
Pizzazz. Like I
I
just needed, yeah, maybe a bit more twist to it, a little, like, yeah, because yeah, it felt like we mentioned, like once the Easton reveal happens, it's kind of like
yeah,
there's a little suspense and like how they're gonna defeat Easton, but they're
you know it's
gonna,
gonna happen. Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think as soon as the Eastern reveal happened as well, it sort of became, and like I know it's YA, I know it is, but it almost became a bit like comic book villain, or like he sort of became
yeah,
like this
yeah,
very
yes,
over the top like Joker style villain, which yeah, I don't know, it was just a bit like it was a bit more lackluster to me. And even the twist that he kind of tried to put in with like the dad helped, but then he didn't actually
but
help.
actually
But
then.
it was just like, okay. I was just like, yeah, okay. How are we gonna defeat Easter now? Like,
Like if maybe the dad had actually helped and like turned out to also be a psychopath or something, and like Easton actually lets him go,
mm-hmm,
and then they're like, I don't know, something. Like I don't know
something.
if that would have been good, but like yeah, just something
Yeah,
else.
yeah. I also
Um
kind of feel like them just being like, okay, yeah, let's just keep you as Nate and let's keep lying. Like, doesn't really give like OG Nate a lot of like justice and like
yes, absolutely.
like they're
Yeah,
just like, okay, let's just keep this secret, pretend you're Nate and keep going and raise you as well, even though at the end he was very adamant, like she like the mother tries to like make it clear that she knows he's not him, but still it's like no one gets to find out what actually happened to poor little 6-year-old Nate. He's just like
hmm,
it's just kept a secret forever, and that didn't feel fair
yeah.
to
I
like
mean,
Nate.
I guess like what's important is the people, like his family knows, like so,
Yeah,
but and like his best friend and his family knows. So I think the more important people have that resolution, so that's okay. But like, but yeah, so that's part of the reason why I was like dealing with such cope when reading this book and pretending he was actually Nate, because the entire premise of him pretending to be this kid, I feel like is, and I it's just like I was like the only way that this ends well is if he's actually Nate,
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
exactly.
only way I see like a happy ending is if he's Nate. So like I feel like he tried his best to make that ending still work,
Hmm.
for it to be kind of this happy ending for our characters. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm not quite as upset about it or like iffy about it as you, but it is still a bit off for sure. Um, I still wish I wish he would have been an eight. I wish that would have been the twist, like
Yeah, it's a good
the second
twist.
twist, like Easton had lied about killing him or didn't realize he hadn't actually killed him. Like that
Yeah.
would have been good. I think it would have been awesome.
Yeah,
Cause like, oh, and they had the same blood type. Like, come on,
it's
it was
right
right
there. It's writing itself.
there. It's writing itself, guys.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, and I think it's just like it's tough because like we are such big fans of his books.
mhm.
Forget the titles.
All that's left in the
Oh,
world.
All That's Left in the World and
The only
Lose You
line
to
left.
Find Me.
Oh, okay,
No,
yeah.
that one I'm gonna skip over.
Yeah.
Lose You to Find Me and All That's Left in the World. Like those two books are such top tier YA books.
Yeah.
Like because we're two girlies who are, you know, in our 30s now. We're not big on YA anymore.
Mhm.
Uh, we used to love, and you know, there's always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
And we were like Erik J Brown's our exception. And I wouldn't say, and I don't think this book is bad by any means. I enjoyed
No.
it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it without a doubt. I um you know, if this wasn't a podcast book, I would have like enjoyed the journey, rated it pretty good, and then
Yeah.
like never kind of revisit it, that kind
Yeah.
of vibe. But because like we gotta review it, you know, we gotta think about it. I think
Mhm.
like and maybe it's also the medium in which we read it didn't help kind of thing. But it, and also because I'm reviewing it on this like Erik J Brown curve, right? And he has my expectations so high. Unfortunately, he's
Yeah.
written such great books that,
Hmm.
you know, this feels on the lower end of the Erik J Brown books.
Yeah, I feel like the two things that kind of like set it up for me were one, obviously it's an Erik J. Brown book, so I already had high expectations. And two, genuinely when I read the chapter of him being like seeing Nate's like poster and being like, I'm gonna impersonate him to get out of this, I was like, this shit's gonna be good. So I
Yes,
feel like
exactly.
the beginning and it being an Erik J. Brown book had my hopes up so high, my expectations so high, where I
Same.
was like, this is gonna be sick. And I just don't think it quite hit that level.
Delivered.
Yeah,
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. That I think that's the problem is it did the setup was so good
it was
that
very good.
and we're used to, whereas like, and then like with All That's Left in the World, that was a similar idea. The setup was so good, but it
Yeah,
just kept being good the entire book. Whereas like
yeah,
Lose You to Find Me, I think the setup you're kind of like, okay, let me keep going. Let me see how this goes. And the ending just fucking
just
like
yeah,
is like, yes, like it's so good. Like the longer you get into the book, the better it gets. Like it just
yeah,
gets better and better and better and better. So like that was the beauty of that book compared to All That's Left in the World, and then compared to this one, it's
yeah,
unfortunately does the opposite of Lose You to Find Me, where it starts really strong and then just kind of peters out,
yeah,
in
yeah,
my opinion.
yeah. And I also like overall, I did enjoy it. I think,
Yes, absolutely.
like you said, it was like for a YA as well, like judging it on a YA curve, like it was good. It was a good book.
Yes,
It was
absolutely.
enjoyable. His writing is always great. His characters, maybe minus Miles, but that could be a narrator problem, are always great. Yeah, it's just I don't know. There is just something. So
Hmm.
like you said, I think maybe slightly on the lower end of Erik J. Brown, but it doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah, no, it's
That's what it is.
exactly. It's
Like,
like it's still like a very, in my opinion, would be a very highly rated book if we're talking on the YA curve. But if we're
hmm
talking on the Erik J. Brown curve, then it's low, you know?
exactly.
So
That's
it's
what it
kind of
is.
like, yeah, it's all relative, you know,
Yeah.
to how we're discussing it. So like I'm still gonna end up probably giving it like 4 stars. Like
Yeah.
so it's a good rated book, and you'd be like, what, 4 stars after you guys like have criticized a lot? It's just like, yeah, like it left us a bit disappointing, but it was still such a fun book to read. It was just
hmm
a lot of fun. And you throughout the book you want to keep going. Like you don't really want to put it down. You want to know what's happening. You want to be like,
Definitely.
who put the fucking paint cans there, you know?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta
The
who put the
hydrangeas.
glass who put the glass in the Watergate
Watergate
salad?
salad.
Which, by the way, can I just say, I'd be the bitch at the party being like, yeah, I'll have some Watergate salad.
No, I knew you would say
I'm
this.
I'm into it.
It's not a salad.
It's different ingredients mixed in a bowl. What is that if not a salad?
It's not a salad.
Have you seen like people talk about how every food is either a salad, soup, or sandwich?
Yeah.
It's a salad.
Yeah. When you think about it.
Exactly.
Um, anything else?
Unfortunately, I don't think so. I feel like this is gonna be such a short episode.
Yeah, it's one of our shorter ones.
Oopsie. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not too sure what to say other than fun ride. I really like Nate as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, Easton's a bit of a comical kind of villain, which feels like maybe he lacks a bit of nuance as a character, as a villain in the story.
Yeah, I feel like the oh, he was a psychopath with no emotions trope is a bit like
Yeah, a bit
mm,
overplayed, maybe.
yeah.
Like, I think about, speaking of the books behind you, but I think about like some of the villains in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder books. You know, I always feel like there's so much nuance to those characters,
Yes.
that makes it so much more interesting
Exactly.
of
It's
an
not just
ending.
I did it because I wanted to, and there's literally no
Yeah,
other reason for
exactly.
it kind of
Yeah,
vibe.
it was a little boring to have that as your like he's the killer because of that reason. He's just
Mm-hmm.
a psychopath. Which also another thing is like while I was reading, you know, Nate is very suspicious of both the mom and the dad. And
Mm-hmm.
so he's like watching them and I'm like, "Oh, so it's Easton." You know?
Yeah.
It was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, so it's Easton."
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I thought maybe it was Easton and JT, like maybe they had done it together kind of thing. But I was pretty sure the brother was involved, like
Yeah.
just the way it's written, because like obviously, like if he's he's not at all suspicious of Easton, but he's really
Yeah.
suspicious of the parents. Like, oh well, that means it's Easton, you know?
Literally. And I think that's why, again, the ending was so because like it's quite clear early on that he has something to do with it. The reveal comes in quite early, so you are expecting something else because it's like this feels obvious.
Yes,
So what's the
exactly.
catch? But it just doesn't come.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna rate it 4 stars. So.
Literally, yeah.
But it does. I unfortunately then that means that's two Eric J Brown books that we've read that is probably not going to be number one book of the year.
I know,
So
which is really sad because he had two in a
yeah,
row.
you had two in a row. Yeah, because
All that's left in the
all that's left
world.
in the world and Lose You to Find Me were both our number one picks for like 2022 and 2023
I
maybe.
want to say yes.
Let's just say that's what it was. Yeah, and then the last two books we read not didn't quite hit as hard.
Do you know what? This year, I'm not even sure. Like, we've had a lot of mid to bad
We've had a
books.
lot of mid a bad. Yeah, it's rough. It's
It's
tough.
been like I feel like this is the most we've given like 1 or 2 stars to books, podcast books this year. I feel
I
like.
agree. I think we've truly lost our touch at picking. I think I don't know about you, but me specifically, I think I'm thinking way too hard when I'm picking books.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So I feel like I need to kind of just kind of go for it, go with the flow and not think so much about it.
I
Because I think
agree.
the more I think about it, the worse of a pick I pick. That being said, I am notorious at picking bad books anyway, so who knows? That could just be me
True.
existing.
True, true, true.
I, for those who don't know, notoriously my picks are always in our bottom five of the year.
Which is great for me because mine always tends to be quite high up. Just saying.
Do you want to hear something shady I did?
What did you do?
So you know how we've scheduled all the episodes we're doing with the like book picks. Like
Yes.
we have our Google Doc about it, and we were doing our favorite months, and we're doing 3 books. So the first one's your pick, and then middle's my pick, and then third's your pick. Initially, I think you had the Cat Sebastian book, but I
Of
switched it to
course, yeah.
mine.
What a surprise. As soon as
Because
you
I was
said, "Do you
like,
want to know something shady I did?" I was like, "I know what she's done."
no, I want the cat Sebastian
Yeah.
as my pick.
And I genuinely think, like, based on the rest of our list and the rest of this year, like, there's nothing
Could
like
we?
what's gonna go above that.
Well, I think our theme. I think it's November. It's later in the year. I'm really excited for my pick. It's definitely gonna be
Oh,
number one.
what is it? Okay, I'll.
But I'm really excited about it.
Okay, I'm nervous.
I don't want to say because I don't want to spoil for the viewers, the
Yeah,
theme,
yeah,
and all that jazz. But yeah, I'm excited for it,
yeah. Oh God.
especially because
Okay.
my algorithm is a lot about it.
Oh, really? What is it?
I'll tell you
Okay, yeah. Tell me
off
off.
recording.
Yeah.
Should I go into speaking of
Yeah, another
next
segue. Go
episode?
on.
Yeah, so next episode, actually, guys, I'm doing. Can you see? Yes, there we go. We're doing Cat Sebastian Starship.
Yeah.
So this is my pick that I've
I
chosen.
mean, was
To
it
be fair, you
originally?
don't roll your eyes because who introduced you to Cat Sebastian?
Fair
Oh,
enough. No,
oh, is that
fair enough. I will
okay?
concede that point. I
Thank
will
you,
concede
thank
that point.
you, thank you. You can have the claim of Erik J Brown because I think that was your pick, wasn't it
I
originally?
think I think so. I think it
Yeah, I
was.
think it was. But
But no,
I'll
cat
take.
all the like top the core four was you. The core four that you introduced me to was you. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
OG
there it
Hidden
is.
Rivalry.
There it is.
That's right. So yeah, so we're doing Starship by Cat Sebastian. I also have to remember that there are going to be only audio listeners as well, so I can't just like hold up the book and be
Oh
like, "See,
yeah,
you
we
guys
were
know
like
it." Holding up the book for listeners, we were holding up the book really excitedly.
I also forgot about that.
Yeah, so we're excited about that one. I've had it for a couple months, and really excited to finally get into it. There's already a sequel in the works, so very exciting news. Ugh, love Cat Sebastian, girl, never stop writing. But
Oh,
a little request: I wouldn't mind if you did another Regency uh, series,
yeah.
because man, the Cedrics and the Turners, like, oh, yes, Ruin of a Rake, number one.
For our audio listeners, I'm holding up.
Oh yeah, she's holding
Sebastian
up
book,
the Ruin of a Rake by Cat Sebastian.
which I found
Beautiful.
in a random charity shop in on my Hindu. Crazy.
Yes, Honor a Hindu. It was literally fate. Like it was so crazy.
Eight.
A random secondhand bookstore
Second. Yeah, yeah.
in was it Ramsgate?
It was in
Like or
Ramsgate.
Margate?
Yeah.
One of those gate places.
No, it was Margate. Yeah.
Yeah, Margate. Crazy. It was like it was the energy of you and me together
It just
coming in and bringing the gay books.
culminated in this one Cat Sebastian being in this bookstore,
Yes,
um,
it's
which is great
such
for two
a good
quid.
one.
Steal.
£2,
Two
so
quid.
good. Yeah, so that's it for this episode. We are going to be reviewing Cat Sebastian next episode
Yeah.
for our favorites month. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.